Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TRS Live with your hosts Brian Keller, Matt Trotz, and Zach Huffman, presented by The Real Shot.
I'ma do this here forever.
EQ.
Forever.
Triune.
Forever.
Yeah.
Forever. I'ma do this here forever.
Let's go.
All you haters better get comfy. This the day you've been waiting on. Y'all road is finna get bumpy. This the track I'm making my statement on. I ain't going nowhere. This the place that I'm making home. I'll do this shit forever. Hit the gas and I'm taking off. Ow. I was born with passion. My job is never ending and my hustle's everlasting. No matter what, I'm gon' ball, even with my back to the wall. And the best part is that this is the beginning. I'ma do this here forever. Forever.
All right, everybody, welcome. Welcome to the live show where Matt was just about to tell me something seemingly important, but he didn't. How are you doing today, Matt?
I was having a great day, Zach. Thanks.
Did you want to say something, or do we have to leave it for later?
Nope. I did want to say something.
Okay.
I wanted to say that we should really thank everybody that commented on Trophy Photo Tuesday yesterday. It was the best ever one so far, and it's only going to get better.
Definitely. Yeah, no, that was a great one. So many people. I think the giveaways helped with that, but I think it was just to gain traction.
Dude, it was insane how many big bucks people shoot in the state of Wisconsin yet and all over the place. So cool. Thanks to everybody that continue to post.
Definitely.
So in here you thought he was going to come up with some random crap and you cut him off.
Yeah, dude, it was
all
sincere.
It was very sincere. All right, well, that was cool.
Well, and today's Whiskey Wednesday, so our cups are full of whiskey. No, I'm just kidding.
No, they're not.
No,
we wish.
not yet.
No, they're not.
Wild turkeys at home.
Yeah. All right, let her rip.
All right, so today we are talking about quite a few things. We might have a special guest on here via Skype in a little bit if they get back to us. But right now,
that's why I keep checking my phone. If you see me checking my phone, that's why.
Well,
waiting for TJ.
I mean, in all honesty, if I wouldn't comment either or get back to us, TJ's potentially on the water someplace.
He is. Yeah,
so for him to make time to get a hold of us is, well, he's a really great guy. Then.
Well, and my idea with him is about less than 12 hours old. I got a hold of him on my way home last night. I called him and I'm like, hey, I got this idea. What do you think? So we'll definitely make it happen in the future if it doesn't happen today for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, well, I think one of the topics we're going to be covering today is going to be SHOT Show Las Vegas.
Yep.
Brian, you went there and
just
you
got
sent
back.
a lot of stuff on Instagram.
100-degree temperature difference.
Are you sure it's not more than that? Because
It might
right
be
now
more
it feels
than
a
that.
little bit more than that.
It might be more
Mike
than that.
from the string room blew my mind earlier and said there's going to be a 90-degree swing between today and Friday.
Yep.
Yeah. So if anyone
It's supposed to
thinks
rain,
that
isn't it?
climate change is a
Yeah.
real thing,
Jesus. What is
You're
going
wrong.
on?
90 degrees. I'm like, you think about that, you're like, oh, man, but yeah, it's going to be above zero.
just remember your refrigerator at home is probably at least 50 degrees warmer than it is outside.
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
even more mind-blowing.
I mean, 30 is going to feel like a heat wave. Like, people are going to run around in shorts and T-shirts.
I plan on tanning. I mean,
You
I'm
need
pretty,
to.
Yeah.
You need to. Get
Now,
outside.
Real
Look,
quick,
look,
I want to apologize to our viewers because, again, for some reason, Vimeo decided to post 2 when it comes straight from live stream. So I turned that one off and deleted it. So we lost a couple of people. Hopefully they find their way back here while we get started. But
Where was it?
Send him a
it
private
was on the Real
Facebook?
Shot.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah, because
Oh.
I turned off everything and it's supposed to go just live stream outputs to.
Well, what show is
TRS.
this? Like 5, 6,
Yeah, this is 5. So
5? So if we're still
No,
having
this is
issues
4.
by like 10, I might get
technically this is
upset.
4.
Okay, 4.
Yeah, but those people really wanted to watch.
Yeah, they'll watch on this one. They're back. See, they're back.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Well, anyways, so SHOT Show. Let's hear a little bit about what happened at SHOT
Well,
Show.
no. You're
See, he's
you're
not following the
you're
board.
not following
What's
the
We
up
spent
board.
all this time putting a board together. We got this great
I
flow.
actually had to concentrate on writing, so it was.
Matt had to
well,
spell.
Yeah, dude.
Matt had to
Seriously.
spell.
Did you have to come
try
in early?
spelling some of those words up there.
I mean, I could.
First, before we get in,
He actually could spell those words.
I know. Yeah. But anyways,
So real quick, let's talk about let's talk about that guy that we might have on a little bit later here, quick.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, so TJ
inter-
DeVoe is a friend of mine. He is a content creator for some of the major guys in the bass tours,
Can you say names?
like Kevin Van Dam, maybe.
What? Who's that guy?
Yeah, who's Kevin Van Dam? I don't know. So this guy and Edwin Evers, he's actually, the reason he's not getting back to me right now, he's actually on the water right now with Edwin Evers doing some promo video stuff.
What state are
sure.
they in?
They're down in, I don't even know, to be honest with you. I just
Somewhere
got
that they
back
can get
from
on the
SHOT
water.
Show. So, anyway, I know the first MLF tournament started yesterday. So
Nice.
today's day 2. So he's going to be on the show quite frequently talking about behind the scenes the MLF circuit, behind the scenes the elite circuit, kind of what's going on. And he's as front lines as you can get. I mean, exactly. I mean, I don't know if he can tell us what's going on because he sees it all, like
Right.
prep set up and all that stuff. I don't know exactly how far he can go, but he told me he'll go as far as he can, and he's going to be on the show quite a bit on location with these, and we might even get some, live appearances from some of these guys too. So that'd be pretty cool.
Definitely.
So yesterday is the tournament still today as well?
Yep. Yeah, I'll be honest. I haven't had a chance because, like I said, I just got back the other day from Vegas from the SHOT Show. I haven't had a chance to even figure out what's going on. So
Notice how he keeps
Somebody wants-
rubbing that in, Zach?
yeah, I was at SHOT Show.
Yeah, he's
That was
in
a SHOT Show.
Vegas.
You know,
SHOT
I
Show.
was looking at hand grenade launchers and everything, but
Yeah, so make sure you got everybody follow us on our social media handles, and Brian did a great job of posting some pictures. So that's
All right. Yeah, I'll get definitely more tuned into
Slam
the
and
circuit, but-
Facebook. All right, so let's follow our
board.
Our board.
I didn't know our board was chronological.
Yeah,
Spell that one.
No.
Where's
Now-
I don't have my phone, so if I don't have numbers saved, or if I don't have spell check on my phone, don't know how to
Right.
spell.
That's
So
okay.
The first thing we want to cover for anybody that's tuning in, not in the Midwest.
Oh, I got one more beef to pick real quick.
All right, let's.
Why am I holding a sheep head in that intro video? You guys wait until I'm gone to drop the video, right?
Yeah.
So-
Purposely.
So I think you told the story how I got that song, right? Like we have the legal
Yep.
rights to use that song.
for everything,
It's awesome.
forever
It
and
is.
ever.
It's a great song.
wicked.
Brian,
cool.
who sings that song
I
again?
can't. Why do you keep
The-
putting me on the
oh,
spot with
God,
stuff
dude.
this
They're-
morning?
They call
I
themselves
barely
the
drink-
Combine.
Yeah, I mean that was just
That's-
that.
that
was
was-
just that one.
Nope. The song is called Forever.
Yep.
It's by the Combine, which is a duo of
Okay.
two guys named EQ and Triune.
Yeah, Triune is actually the guy I worked
Yep.
with. I
Yep.
got a little. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool.
That's
And
pretty
you know the thing I was really impressed with? I emailed him. I figured there's like a 1 in a million chance he's actually gonna get back to me.
Yeah.
He-
Right.
He emailed me back within 30 minutes. So the
Wow.
guy is probably gonna be real successful if he isn't already really successful. Just because if you run your business like that, that's awesome.
Yes.
Right.
And then Zach had some questions for me. I got back and forth with him. By the end of the same day, I had 2 copies of that song edited to how we wanted it.
That's
Literally.
cool.
That's
Yeah, that was-
crazy.
Well, yeah, big shout out to those guys.
That's
Thank you
crazy.
very, very. Is there a way we can tag them or let them know that we really,
We're just gonna wait until we get some really cool footage to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't
Right
know.
now,
But either way,
our
like,
intro right now is just a modge podge of stuff.
what was that? Say it. Just say it.
It was a modge podge of shit.
Yes, there it is.
And I was
Good
like,
morning.
including your sheephead.
And my
but
sheephead.
I didn't actually notice that it was a sheephead at first. I was just throwing
did.
everything I could
Knew
find.
right
And then the
away.
I
second
figured
time he's
he
like,
did it on purpose for sure.
well, actually, Matt said something. He's like, why'd you put a video of him with a sheephead? That's kind of
just-
rude or whatever. And I go,
'Cause I'm not here.
well,
I
I mean,
can't
first
defend
of all-
myself.
First of all, I didn't notice.
That,
And second
that
of all, I'm
never
like,
happened. I never said that.
Yeah, you did.
I said
you were in my
that's-
office.
We all know that that's all Brian catches, and luckily he didn't rip the gills out and throw it on shore.
That would be illegal.
That is illegal.
You
That's
can't
why I
do that.
said luckily he didn't do that
Right.
because
Yeah,
he never
right.
does that. Just like there's nobody does that.
Right, sheephead are awesome.
They're delicious.
Right, moving on.
Eat a bunch
Anyway,
more.
but
But
yeah.
I'm looking forward to actually getting on shooting for that. That's
Yeah.
gonna be fun.
We got to figure out a way to get, like, you have a little skiff, right? Some sort of a
yeah,
little boat.
I'll bring it in.
Yep.
So, like, we need to have all 3 of our boats in there in some funny way because we
boy.
need to go from, like, your level to, like, my level to his level.
Yeah.
My boat really does look like it's brand new, but it came out of a swamp in Louisiana.
Oh, nice.
And I like it, though. It looks really cool, especially once we get the vinyls done for it.
Yeah,
It'll-
can't wait to wrap the 14. Is it 14?
I don't know if it's
16?
14 or 12.
When
I don't
is
even
that-
remember. I
when
just
are-
know that it's like that big and it's red and it doesn't run.
When is your Ford get wrapped?
As soon as we design the wrap for it.
Okay, or the weather breaks.
We've been so busy, honestly, figuring out how to run this show and how to do it properly, and we've got some big changes coming. You know, because like when I was at SHOT last week, I watched all the shows just from a viewer standpoint to try to see, and these mic stands were freaking me out. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the vibe. You know, I couldn't see Matt's pretty face and just covering everybody up.
It just feels like there's a lot of things in between you right
now. Well, and really when Justin was in here at the Panoptics and stuff, and you're trying to like do this kind of thing, it just wasn't good. So we ordered some wireless headsets yesterday, and we got some changes coming. So we've been putting so much energy into this right now. Our app will come. It'll get there.
Well, and saying that, obviously always and forever, thank you for everybody that watches.
Definitely.
We apologize for Monday not being able to go on the air Monday. I mean, Brian and I live.
Here's the honest to God truth. Matt and I wussed out, and we didn't want to drive.
We could have been here. Well, we both live 45 minutes past the real shot.
See, and I live right here, like down the street. So I showed up, but I didn't want to go live because I'd have nothing to talk about.
What do you mean?
I'd be like, I took this really long fishing trip in Red Dead Redemption this weekend while it was
snowing.
Now it's a
hammer in the smallies.
Gamer podcast. But yeah, so anyways, we apologize. We were going to do our big announcement on Monday, but due to the conditions,
I don't think our guest can make it.
Yeah,
Monday
no.
either.
Well, he's driving from the Madison area, so obviously, we apologize. We're not going to try to let that happen a lot, but there's going to be some circumstances.
We live in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
like it gets pretty rough up here, and when you're trying to drive an hour into work, think about it. If it's real bad snow, I mean, you're looking at an hour plus to get to work, and then you run the risk of if you put it in a ditch or something. I mean,
and it's nice that you understand that. I mean, you literally told us on Sunday, just be safe, everybody here. So it was pretty ghost town around the store and the offices, but.
We have got a number of people that live within walking distance of the store, so they were here, of course. We're getting some stuff done. But the store was open.
So that goes back, we're talking polar vortex for those who don't know in the Midwest. I mean, it's freaking cold outside.
Seriously,
right now.
so
it's like
cold.
minus 25 right now.
Without the wind.
Real temp.
Real temp, without the wind chill. So, I mean, and obviously if you go on any kind of social media around the area,
Everybody.
I did
Screenshotting the WeatherBug app.
I did it. I did it. Yeah.
You did?
I did it this morning on Instagram. I did it to my page. I had the super zoom with the big, the square with the X in it. Like, no, not good. But anyway, so it's cold.
Hey, Zach's trying to say something.
Yeah. Hey, man. Let me talk, man.
You cut me off earlier.
Our communication is just off. No, what I was going to say is if anybody's watching, like we've had every show so far, pretty much, somebody watching from the ice. If you're out on the ice right now, please, send us a picture proof.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Second of all, comment because that's pretty
cool.
cool.
Now, could you, if somebody send a picture, and could you get that on the stream live like right now?
Yeah, I just have to go on while you guys talk about other stuff.
Maybe we could give away one of these brand new TRS beanies if somebody sends in a picture from the ice.
Look at that.
Brand new.
They're pretty good.
Literally showed up yesterday.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
My head is really warm right now.
So how about that? Somebody sends in a picture live off the ice. We get that on the stream.
But they got to prove that they're live on the ice right now.
Yeah, I agree.
How do we do that?
Well,
because it's negative 21.
Safety-wise, like, do we want to promote that? Okay.
Oh,
I mean, they're out there anyways.
I guarantee you somebody's on the ice fishing right now. I guarantee it. It's happening.
If they have a striker suit, they don't have to worry about the cold. I kind of want to put on my suit after work, and I'm just going to go hang out outside for a few minutes.
Put a timer on there, see how long it goes.
See how long it can last. I'll go.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, somebody's got a big shack out there.
Yeah,
you're fine
there's
once you get set
people
up. Getting set up can be dangerous, but there's somebody on the ice.
Because there's a lot of people not working today. There's plenty of businesses that got shut down. Schools are shut down. So
somehow they got to prove it was taken today.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you can somehow prove to it that you're out
within the show period,
within the show period. Hey, actually, within the show period, guess what? Everybody watching right now, go to the TRS website, so therealshot.com. I don't have the graphic up, but we have a coupon code that we're going to run during shows. So anybody watching, you just got the lead edge because we didn't advertise this. So right now, if you go over to our website, make any order, there are some restrictions. So any of our bigger brands that have MAP policies, we can't discount. But most things in our store are 10% off right now. All you have to do is add it to your cart. And when you go to enter your coupon code, enter TRS Live, all caps, and that will give you 10% off of your purchase.
Just during the show?
Just during the show.
Oh.
10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Was that Lance's idea? That sounds like a Lance idea.
It's a great idea.
That's a good idea.
We all collaborated on that. So,
can I go get my phone and order something real quick? Or
I mean, you can use mine. No.
Yeah. Can I take 10% off this awesome hat? Does that work?
Sure.
Just
because you make it look so good.
Dude, my face is round and the hat makes me look better than what it really is.
So while we're talking about discounts for people.
Discounts.
Right? Why don't we talk about this new program we got going on?
Yep.
Awesome.
So is it on the website?
It should be on the website. I'm actually gonna, while we talk about it, I'll pull it up over here and then
Okay,
show
so
people.
what we're talking about is we've gotten a lot of requests over the years for, sponsorships and all this kind of stuff. And, hey, I'm a fisherman. I love your store. I love to promote you. We have that option now out there. It's an affiliate program. That's all we're going to call it. Just a Real Shot or TRS affiliate program.
Yep.
Zach's trying to find it. Did you
I've
find
got it pulled up right
walk
now.
him through the
So-
steps right now.
So basically what this program is actually something we've been kind of thinking up for a long time.
Yep.
And we finally started to implement it yesterday. Just kind of like a soft launch. But if you go to our website, you scroll to the bottom of the page, you're going to find this Contact Us spot. And all the way at the bottom, you're going to see Affiliate Program. If you click that link, it's going to take you to our Affiliate Program page, and it's going to show you what we offer. And what we do offer is a 7% commission on anything purchased through your personal link. So if you sign up, you fill out this, which is just a little application.
now, just so they know, it's not an affiliate acceptance. Like,
Right.
There's we're going to be filtering some of them. But
Yeah,
not a
so
lot
what
of them.
happens is what I was getting to was
I'm sorry.
this. No, you're fine.
Cut them off. I'm just going to be quiet the rest of the show. Go ahead,
I'm
guys.
just going to turn you off.
Yeah,
You're just-
enjoy
you're
the show,
gone.
everybody.
I'm just kidding. I couldn't do that to you.
No, do it.
So right here at the bottom, though, you fill out this application, send it in to us. Matt and I are going to get an email notification letting us know that you applied. We're going to look over the application, reach out via email, and then we're going to talk to you about what we kind of expect and, what things, maybe if we have questions or anything. But covering what we will give you if you are accepted, 7% commission again over anything sold through your app or your link. So if you want to sell a bait that you use very often, put it out on Instagram, so direct people to your link. People buy through that link. It's tracked. We pay you out via PayPal. Then if you look there, 60-day cookies. We hit it right in the middle of the market with that one. So the cookies basically is if you have a shopper, click that link, and they don't buy anything, that cookie resides in their web browser. And for 60 days, if they come back to purchase anything, you will get credit for that sale. So that's actually pretty cool because most places are 30. So
Or less.
yeah, or less.
Yep.
And then, of course, exclusive affiliate offers. We haven't really discussed too deep in what we're going to be offering affiliates, but especially if you're making a lot of moves and selling a lot of product for us,
Absolutely.
we're going to make it worth your while on
Yes.
top of your commission. So, of course, we're going to offer you expert guidance. If you are a social media user, we will be available throughout the day to get back to you as quickly as possible. But if you have questions regarding social media use, how to kind of grow your audience and anything like that, please let us know because we can help you with that. And that's kind of everything. So I really encourage anybody who really wants to be involved with TRS and maybe make a little bit of extra side money and represent a great organization. This is the way to do it. So
And that's where we're going to direct everybody from now on. So
Yep.
any inbox messages, any Instagram messages, we're just going to send them right over to that. So don't do that. Just go right to the affiliate.
It's a pretty cool opportunity for people, I think.
Yeah, most.
And obviously, I'm a little biased, but I think it's pretty cool.
no, I think it's pretty cool because I mean, you really only see programs like that coming from extremely large companies, and when you have a medium-sized company like ours to offer that at a
Yep.
competitive rate, where a lot of those big companies are only giving you 5%.
Yep.
That's a good program. So I highly encourage anybody who wants to just please send in an application. Worst we can do is say no, and we'll give you reasons. So if there's something you can improve on, then do it and come back.
Well, and obviously, the more out there you are, the better. Like if
I was
you
going to
just
say,
have
and if
like
somebody feels like they're worth more than that, well, tell you why. Because you're going to be reviewing most of it, right?
Yep,
Matt is.
Zach and I. Yep, Zach and
So
I.
if they feel like they're worth more than that, well, make your case.
Well,
maybe you are.
Most definitely, and it's proofs in the pudding. But if you just have one Facebook page and you got 30 followers,
Oh, right.
But yeah, obviously we want
Right.
to make sure it's worth the time. So
Yeah, we just don't want anybody blowing smoke up our wheres.
Right.
We want to see actual
so
proof.
are you ready for your email to blow up now? After
I
that
am
announcement?
ready for my email to blow up.
I'm just glad it's your email, not
Yeah,
mine.
I know.
It's yours too.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yep. So
That's
cool.
okay.
Affiliate program.
Yep. So that's that.
Fill it all out, get it sent in, and we'll try to stay on top of them as fast as possibly we could. So,
Friday.
Yeah.
Friday.
So we've been talking about this huge announcement, right, for a while now.
Yep.
Definitely.
Zach's got the picture out there. We changed the date on the that was an event or a premiere. Is that what you call it?
There's an event and a premiere for it. It's basically going to be postponed from Monday, of course, but just till Friday. So
Just till
Friday,
Friday.
great day to join in. So if you're going to be watching, just tune in. If you go to TRSOutdoors.com, I do want to call this out too. If you are at work and you cannot watch the video and you need your phone closed, I think, Brian, you said that if you go to TRSOutdoors.com/live and watch the feed there, you should, in theory, be able to close your phone.
I actually listened to the show last week going through the airport security.
Nice.
And there you go. So if you watch at TRSOutdoors.com, you can close your phone and still listen to all the audio.
It worked great.
So that's awesome.
And speaking of, Steve did a phenomenal job on
Oh,
Friday.
he was awesome.
He's
it was
phenomenal. And it was cool because one of the guys that won, what was it, a hat or something?
Yep.
He came in about an hour or two later, and he actually got the chance to talk to Steve.
Oh, very cool.
It was so cool. Steve did a phenomenal job. Justin did a phenomenal job. So, I mean, the show's only getting better every single day. So,
Right.
But back to Friday.
Yep.
Giveaways. Huge announcement, obviously. One of the last big ones. And then, but we're having our special guest. His name is Matt True.
Matt True.
So, he's an Easton rep.
I was gonna say he's our Easton rep.
He's
right?
our Easton
Yep,
rep.
yep.
Mackenzie, I think other brands. There's other bigger brands that he reps.
Interesting.
Yeah, but so he's gonna come on, and not only are we gonna make the announcement of this big brand that he carries, and now we're gonna be also carrying, but this guy is a straight up hunting fool. Like, obviously, there's potentially like a record elk he's gonna be telling us about.
Really?
someplace.
I've got a picture of it if we want.
Oh
to
yeah,
Yeah, I
do
think
a
we
little
should do
sneak
that.
We'll do a
profile of it.
sneak-
But
So
so
you
we're
were showing me though. This guy's like he's an accomplished hunter.
oh yeah,
Like this dude's like
yeah,
mountain lion, right?
mountain lion, mountain goats.
I mean,
yes.
Yeah,
Holy
that
cow.
is a
Number of-
monster.
Number of elk, high scoring elk. So not only are we gonna break the news, but then we're just gonna let this dude talk about.
I'm
some of this
excited to
hunting
hear
he's
some
been-
of these hunting trips. That's cool stuff.
Yeah,
And we're not talking like average animals.
No.
This dude's
Right.
hunting.
This
I
is-
mean, this is
yeah.
like hardcore.
he's not
stuff.
just shooting whitetails and turkeys like I am. I
No.
mean, this
Right.
guy is.
He's out
very
there getting it done.
accomplished. Yes,
I've
That's
got
awesome.
I've got the picture up, and I mean that's just a monstrous.
That's not even monstrous, dude. That's
Which-
like on another level.
Which one do you have up? The one where
I have the mount where he's holding
Oh.
the mount.
If you had the other picture, it's crazy how once he's holding the mount compared to.
We'll
in
save
the
that other
field-
one for tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
we'll do
in
that
the
one.
field picture, it's that elk is.
It's
But like, I just want to
ridiculous.
know how tall your ceilings are to be able to put that
Right.
mount up.
Right.
Like you'd have to mount that at ground
That's
level.
almost worth building a house specifically so you can put
We'll
that
have
over the
to ask him if
fireplace.
that's
right?
what he
I
did.
would, you know, I
I
can
would have
picture
moved
that
for sure.
Yeah.
A-frame house with a wall right in the dead center.
Yeah.
I would
Window
brick
on each
fireplace.
side.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or not a brick, like a rock fireplace. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got it. Do you ever see? We've talked about it. Well, you and I have off the show, but like Levi Morgan.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the pictures of that guy's house? Dude, it's insane.
There's not even wall space.
no.
You know
no.
what I mean? It's
He
crazy.
he built a trophy room for. I think he's got like a muskox in there. It's insane what he's got going on. But yeah, so Matt True is going to be on Friday.
Yep.
Big announcement. Plus, he's going to tell us about how some of his successful hunts, and everything like that. Plus, he's bringing a lot of swag
Oh yeah.
that we're giving away. So again, it's just more active you are on here, the more swag we're going to give away. So, and then I think also we're going to have a coupon that day.
So that's
Not a-
that was your fable attempt at please like, share, and comment and help us build the show.
Well, we do that. We do that at the end, dude.
I
We
know,
do
I'm
that
just
at the
kidding.
end.
However, please like, share, and comment.
No, I was saying I think we're doing we talked about doing a coupon or something yesterday for
Yeah, we did.
after the
And
announcement.
it just okay.
God, why are you guys picking on me today?
It's
Like,
just
I feel like
I
I'm
think it's
it's
the
the hat.
tassel on the hat.
Is it? Which you could win today if you show us a picture of you on the ice, you fool. So, let's go back to Brian being in Las Vegas at the SHOT Show, I guess, because he's in Las Vegas.
And that's the next thing on the list.
I'm leaving. Go ahead, carry on.
No, so SHOT Show, right?
Yep.
So for those who don't know, SHOT Show is the industry show. Like came back from ATA, that's for Archery Trade Association.
Yep.
SHOT Show is for basically all things firearm related, right? So with us now getting into the firearms business, I've heard a lot about it, didn't know anything about it, wanted to go check it out. The show is huge. I mean, there was probably 5 times the amount of people there than at ATA. It was crazy.
It's hard to believe.
You know, it's a totally different vibe. You know, what I'm learning getting into this firearms business, it's a different vibe. It's not all hunting. There's a lot of the personal protection stuff like Steve's been talking about a lot. There's a lot of that at the show. I mean, that's probably what, I bet just 60-70% of the time my wife and I walked around the show looking at, you know, the female type handguns and personal protection type stuff just to get her take on, you know, how things fit in her hand and different triggers and safeties and all that kind of stuff. So that was pretty cool. I mean, the things that you saw there were ridiculous. I mean, there was a picture, I don't know if Zach has it or whatever, but there's a picture of a grenade launcher. I was holding a 12-pound grenade launcher.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
There he is.
I was typing.
Okay.
I was trying to get something to work so we can talk to our guest. And
Okay. No, but anyway, 12
grenade
pounds.
launcher.
The grenade launcher weighed 12 pounds, no ammo in it, 8 rounds. How long do you think it takes for that gun to shoot 8 rounds?
10 seconds.
2.
2 seconds?
8 rounds in 2 seconds.
Wait a minute. You're not shooting grenades.
Grenades.
Yeah, you're shooting actual.
You're
like,
shooting grenades.
plug
8
grenades.
of them
Yeah,
in
like
2
the
seconds.
plug grenades. 8 in 2 seconds. It was just holding the gun was like, what? You know what I mean? Like, you know, I mean, this is nothing that we can obviously buy. This is
Right.
there's a lot of things at the show that were tactical, police, you know, border security, military type stuff.
Right.
But it was, I mean,
We should definitely try and get our tier 3 FFL, just for the fun of it.
well, let's get ours working
Yeah,
first.
that's good.
No, but I mean, the gun was so. I mean, I asked the sales guy because you know they're showing stuff and there's all sorts of machine guns and automatic this and all sorts of stuff. And I asked the guy, I'm holding this. You know, I'm like 8 rounds in 2 seconds. I'm like, you're just flattening stuff, right? He's like, yes, you know, whatever. And I'm like, what does ammunition cost? He's like, I have no idea.
No idea.
I'm like, what do you mean? You sell
lot.
you sell the weapon. How do you not know what the ammunition costs? That's a whole different department. He
It's
goes,
one-
I can only sell the gun. I can't sell the ammunition. I was
It's one of
like,
those, if you have to ask, you can't afford it
Oh,
type
right.
thing.
Can
Jesus.
you imagine? That's just crazy. Well, there was things there. I mean, I saw an AA-12, and you know, if you're not familiar with that, it's a Russian fully automatic 12 gauge. Fully automatic 12 gauge.
Can you use that for turkey hunting?
And you know what's really cool about the AA-12 is the recoil amount is
0.
almost nothing.
Yeah, you
like
can-
literally you can hold it like this, and it's a big full-bodied, fully automatic shotgun, and you hold the trigger and it just goes like this.
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy.
Really?
It's
Yeah,
nothing.
I mean, they have a big 100-round like drum mag for it. It's cool. And the company was actually they make semi-automatic versions of it, so you could buy one.
Really?
I mean,
I think they use something like that for like all those snow goose hunts down in Illinois. I mean, obviously the plug or something comes out and they can hold
right?
it's
It's
extended.
I mean, just there was tons of crazy stuff like that. I
That's
mean,
the AA-12 on the screen right now. That
Te-
is
it's
absolutely
amazing.
Tell us
amazing.
about the dog stuff that you posted. That was pretty cool to
So
watch.
there are, I don't know, I don't want to call them drug dogs, but they're police dogs
Yep.
or military dogs or whatever. I didn't get into, because when we got to the seminar this guy was giving, it was a little bit late, but so maybe he got into the amount of training that goes into these animals. But if you've ever trained a dog or any kind of animal, you know the amount of time it takes, right?
Yep.
I mean, I have a hard time getting my dog to, you know, just listen in general, right? No,
Right.
we sent my dog to a trainer and whatever. This dog was so cued into this guy. The dog knows his commands in 4 languages plus hand signals. I don't remember exactly what the languages are. I was just trying to check something here.
Is that TJ?
No,
Oh.
well, actually, TJ he's waiting on us, but my wife was sending me a picture of the grenade launcher.
Oh.
You want me to send it to you, Zach?
Yeah, you can just send it right over and I can pull
Hold
it
on
up.
a sec.
Thanks, Megan, for tuning in.
Right? At least somebody's paying attention to me.
But yeah, so like while you're figuring that out, go ahead. I just want.
So the dog training thing. So I don't know what kind of dog this was. It was some kind of a giant schnauzer or whatever. The dog looked like he was going to eat you, right? But it was totally dialed into this guy to the
Right.
point where no matter what he said, we were in a crowd of like 50, 60 people, and the dog instantly listened. There was zero hesitation. It was crazy, right? So he was going through a bunch of different scenarios on what this dog can kind of, what it can do. So he had the dog on the other side of the room, surrounded by all these people. He's on the other side. There's this guy in the middle with this big arm thing on there. That was kind of the perpetrator type
Right.
guy. He made a command, and he was facing away from the perpetrator guy. The guy he's holding some kind of AK, whatever.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's just there were so many guns. I've never knew in my wildest dreams there's that many guns in the world.
Millions.
It was crazy. It was crazy. So anyway, so he's holding this, he's facing away. He yells some command in, I don't know, Hebrew or whatever.
Right.
I mean, I think the 4 languages, it wasn't even English. It was Hebrew, Czech. I don't even remember what the other 2 were. It was crazy stuff.
There's your grenade launcher.
I mean, it's just like, who gets to hold a grenade launcher, right?
You did.
Jesus.
But yeah,
Nice.
no, that thing's pretty wicked. I mean, some of the stuff that I saw on the Instagram story and everything too was just wild.
It was crazy. I mean, they had like machine gun simulators, and it was just
Yeah, I saw the one where
was
they're
crazy.
the guy was shooting at a screen or whatever.
Yeah. It was like Fortnite. I don't know if anybody's watching kids. If they have a teenager, he plays Fortnite or she plays Fortnite. There's a really good chance.
Or
of
if you're
that.
Zach.
I
or
don't play.
me.
I don't
Yeah.
play. I don't play Fortnite. I play PUBG.
Oh, whatever.
Anyway, but it was just like that with
Yeah.
giant machine guns and stuff. But so back to this dog real quick. So he yells the command, and the dog instantly sprints across the room, goes under his legs, and then turns around and faces backwards. So he's like, well, you might want to know, why does a dog go under our legs? He said, that's so we know he's there.
Yep.
So we don't have to ever take our eyes off the situation, combat whatever's going on. We know he showed up because he came under our legs.
Yep.
Then they always heel backwards when they're in these combat situations. So the guy started walking around forward and back, and the dog was facing backwards the entire time.
And just staying with him step for step.
Step for step. If the guy kneeled down or whatever, the dog would lay down. If he'd stand up, the dog would sit or get ready or whatever. He said they're always watching their 6. He kept saying that. Basically, the dog is always
literally
watching their back.
He's got eyes in the back of his head.
I mean, the dog was trained.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd say a command or whatever. The dog would like turn around, face underneath his legs forward, and he could go forward and back, and the dog would just stay with him the entire time. He'd give
That's
the
nuts.
command, and the dog would instantly attack the guy.
Really?
Like all out attack. And
It's
he would,
crazy. They
and he
go
wouldn't-
from literally just looking, and then just boom,
Snap.
lightning
Yeah.
speed.
Zero
just
hesitation.
done.
Zero.
Yeah.
There wasn't, like your dog, you're like, hey, come here. And he's like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do that right now. Eventually they probably listen, but
Yeah.
there was no hesitation
Right.
at all. And then as soon as he gave the command to let go, dog would drop it and instantly sprint back and right to where he was.
What were you telling me about how it protected the guy?
Yeah, so they have a command to protect a weapon if it's on the ground or if you get knocked down or whatever. I don't know the exact scenarios, but the dog was there. The gun was on the floor. They had the perpetrator guy come in, and the dog would keep himself between him and the gun. And as the guy walked around backwards, the dog would turn his head until he got to about, say, 90 degrees, and the
Right.
dog would just rotate right with him.
Dude.
I mean, this is crazy. I mean, I've had dogs my whole life. I've been around hunting dogs forever. I've been around some hunt-trained dogs, that are the point of the hand signals
Yep.
or whatever.
Yep.
I mean, this is on a whole nother
Yeah.
level. It
Right.
was unreal.
Especially for that dog
As-
to know 4 different languages.
Well, something that blows my mind is just being someone who knows, dog training techniques. As for me, working with animals for so long, was seeing that kind of stuff is like, I don't even understand it. I'm like, I can, between my wife and I, we can train your dog to do pretty much anything a normal dog can do, but to look at that discipline that those dogs go
oh
through.
my God.
And
Well-
and the crazy thing is, like, they don't use force to train these dogs either, which is the craziest thing.
No.
So these dogs are like positively reinforced to be.
Oh, and the dog was
badass.
happy. He was
Oh,
he was
yeah.
loving life.
Well, that's
there
his
was
job.
no.
It's
oh,
insane.
I can only imagine. How many dogs do you have? 5? 5. Jesus.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
like the zoo over here. Nobody. I mean, it's a member of the family. Dog
Yep,
gets
yep.
injured, sick, whatever. Those dogs are in
Those dogs are your battle
harm's
buddy.
way all the time.
Well, obviously that guy that dog never leaves his side.
Oh,
ever.
No, we were
Ever.
actually we were on the day 2 or 3 going to the show. We actually passed him in an Uber, getting there, and the dog was in the back seat with him in the Uber. I
Wow.
don't think those dogs ever leave their
No,
sides
they
ever.
don't.
I'm sure
They
they're
can't.
with them
They're
24/7.
literally
They're always
like,
watching his 6.
In the military, the term battle buddy is a
Yep.
thing. You never go alone, and that's one of the things. Was those dogs are like your best battle buddy you could ever have.
Well, what I was gonna say is if something happens to that dog,
Oh,
that dude is probably checked out forever.
right.
Like, because you've got 7 days a week for years to
Years.
get this dog to this
Yep.
level,
Yep.
right? And now
Yep.
it's got to be your best friend. I mean, literally, like you said, he's watching your 6 all the time. Well, who else are you gonna? I mean,
Well,
there's nobody more
the
loyal than the
trust.
dog.
Yes,
Right.
the trust that
Nobody.
that guy has in that dog and the dog back in the owner.
There's nobody more loyal than
That's
a dog.
insane. So I wonder too if, like, let's say, could he pass that dog onto somebody else?
Yeah, so that the reason they speak 4 languages is because the dogs they obviously have their guy, but they're
Yep.
trained that if somebody gives the command, you do it.
Oh.
So if they're in a situation where there might be 4 dogs in one spot or 3 dogs in one spot, all of the handlers have to basically pick a language so
Oh.
that the dogs don't get confused by you and I saying the same
Right,
thing, and then
right.
he's like, "Oh, what do I
Yeah.
do?"
Right.
Because they're trained that I mean, the dog's probably trained that if your guy goes down, you go to the next guy. I
guy
mean,
that-
unfortunately, that's just the way
Right.
that situation works.
Now, were those dogs and those people, were they from an actual military service branch, or were they from a private contractor?
No, I believe it was a border patrol, border security type situation.
Because
where those dogs were from.
because what I picture when you say like it knows Czech and Hebrew,
Yep.
that's definitely PMC stuff we can't hear about
Yeah, I know.
overseas.
Right.
And like I
Israel,
said, we
Gaza.
got to the demonstration. We kind of just happened to walk into it. It was kind of
Right.
in one of the aisles at a show. There's just all these people around, so naturally you go try to check it
Oh
out.
yeah, yeah.
I was like, this is just the cool. And the funny thing was, is just that morning, I think we were sitting there having coffee or whatever, and I just like told my wife about these dogs, and then we ended up seeing one. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Way cool.
So tons and tons of guns. You
Guns and-
said the other thing you were surprised at how many knife companies there
so
are
many
out
knives, cutlery. Holy cow! I never knew that existed. I mean,
there.
knives are
Just knives or like swords and
no, just knives.
Like tactical knives.
Like everything you can
And,
imagine. Skinny like
skinny
special
knives.
skinny knives. Actually, one of them I got some information on. It's really cool. It's actually a knife's actually got a curved surface.
Oh,
There's no
nice.
point to it. So for skinning, deer, elk, whatever,
Oh.
you just keep hacking and you can't puncture through the hide.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I just never understood that there was like thousands of
Right.
knife manufacturers. It's
Right.
crazy.
Yep.
And I mean just to preference the show too. I mean there had to be 50 countries represented there.
Really?
And they're from all over. I mean, I've heard languages I've never heard before, and there was whole stretches of we'd walk down this one aisle, and all the companies were from overseas somewhere. Nobody was speaking English anywhere. I mean, it was just dealers from Israel, and I mean, there was all sorts of stuff. It's cool.
Is there a way you could put into reference how big this place was?
Oh boy,
Like, where was it held?
it was held at the Sands Arena, the Sands Expo Center in Vegas.
Okay.
I would say so. If
I've never been to Vegas, so I can't.
I'm
I
trying
just
to
can't
think
imagine.
of what it would be. That
Bigger
every-
than Lambeau Field?
Oh, it was easily the size of Lambeau Field.
Oh.
It was probably 300. It was probably 3 football fields total. It was
Holy
probably
man.
the size. Maybe 4 football fields. That's a great way to. Yeah, the football field itself.
That's insane
It was huge.
to have an indoor show that big.
It was
like
crazy.
that's
I think,
just-
and like you said, I mean, ATA was monstrous. What do you think? I mean, ATA had to be pretty close to that, though,
Yeah.
right? But
Not even close. ATA is like one level of this show. Fact.
really,
Yeah, fact.
this place had multiple levels as well.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. There was 3 levels. It was basically 3 football fields, and then there was another couple smaller shows. They got a pop-up thing and some other stuff going on with some new vendors and
Right,
I mean it's like any other show, right? There's 20 people there selling different trigger mechanisms,
right,
and
right,
firing
right,
pins,
right.
and all the manufacturing type stuff.
Well, that's the crazy thing is like people don't realize, and this is one thing that blew my mind just at ATA was how many small businesses and small manufacturers it takes to support the big ones. Because when you think about a firearm, you think about a basic rifle that. You think of the rifle, like somebody's just manufacturing this rifle and they sell it. So if
yeah, but there's
Remington's
hundreds of components in that.
There's so many hundreds
Right.
of components that each individual component usually has a specialty manufacturer that makes only that part
Yep.
or parts similar to
Yep.
it.
And
that's
there was a lot of that
mind-blowing.
there. I mean, there was a lot of just bullet manufacturers. Like you think of ammunition, Federal, Winchester, those types of things. Well, there's people there just selling the bullet.
Oh,
They don't even make the casings or the powder or any of that stuff. So they're
Right.
selling that bullet to
Right.
Federals or Winchesters or
Huh.
whoever else. I mean, all of that was there. It was just crazy.
Definitely. Now, real quick, I just want to address our viewers in this real quick intermission. We've got a bunch of people watching right now. I've got Ryan Michaels. He's been really active in all of our shows and everything.
Awesome. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
cool. Yeah.
He's been talking about the Finicky Foolers with some of his friends, it looks like, and telling them about us. And I wanted to reach out. Ryan, if you would like to, it seems like you're a pretty hefty supporter already. Head on over to the Real Shot website, fill out the affiliate program application
Great-
down at the bottom.
great
Because if you're
candidate.
telling all of your friends and family about our business, you
Might
might
as
as
well
well
get
get
rewarded
rewarded for it. Yep.
Yep.
So let's head on over to our website, fill that out. We'll check it out, and we'll get back to you later today. So,
Yep.
anyways,
Anybody
Yeah.
no fishing pictures yet?
yeah, nothing. Nobody's out on the ice.
Weird.
That surprises me, actually.
You had made a joke the other day before we knew it was going to get this cold, too. This is totally off topic. You always make fun of me for wearing shorts all the time. I almost wore shorts today just to prove a point.
should've.
Until I walked outside and I was like, I just don't want
Yeah.
to deal with it.
This hurts.
Yeah,
Till
like
your
literally.
skin
See, I
instantly
don't
turns
think it's that
black.
cold.
It's really not, especially
really
if you're not in the
don't.
wind.
Yeah, explain why you don't think it's that cold.
So
though.
I don't know if anybody has followed me or my family or whatever for the last few years. My dad actually sponsored an Iditarod musher for 10 years.
Yep.
Dallas CV, he won the race 4 times. I mean, the kid's a stud, right? Anyway, so I spent 7 years in Alaska filming him in March. It's the coldest, most desolate, awesome, gorgeous place you've ever seen in your life. But I mean, -20 is like the high for the day. I mean, it's. I was trying to explain this to my buddies. I'm like, I'll never forget it. The one night he came in, it was 63 below zero, real temp, with a 25-mile-an-hour wind, maybe 30-mile-an-hour wind. It was freaking cold. That's cold.
Right.
So 21, this actually just reminds me of Nome. This is like the average day in Nome, Alaska. If you've ever seen Nome, Alaska, look it up on Google Maps or whatever. Clear, real bright, sunny day. If you're in Nome, Alaska, and you look off to the horizon, you can see Russia. I mean, that's how far north you are, right? This is what it's like there all the time.
You know, and that's a good point to bring up because, you know, a lot of the media outlets and everything are really kind of blowing this out of proportion, at least for Wisconsinites, because, you know, for us, I mean, this isn't really all that weird. You know, they're saying it's the cold of a generation. Well, I'm like, real temperature, we've been colder in like the last 5 years.
Right.
You know, the wind chill is pretty bad, but at the same time, one thing I always tell people is like, you look around, it's 2019. Our houses have heat. We have clothes like striker suits and everything that literally you sweat in no matter how cold it is. And I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's more along the lines of just, you know, overall safety, obviously.
Right.
You know,
absolutely. And it's a serious thing. You get outside with no clothes and you have exposed skin, the wind chill's real, frostbite's real.
Well, and like my kids have to be reminded of this too. It's like, you need a coat because we're going to be in the car. I'm like, and if the car breaks down, now what?
Right.
So that's the biggest point. Obviously, there's been colder days.
You just got to be smart about it.
Just be smart about it.
It's all
like,
it
I'm
comes
going to
down
probably go out after the show and just run my vehicle for a while just to make sure I can get home. And, you know, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's just be safe.
Yeah, be safe. Because, I mean, especially if you're planning on going fishing, because we all know that one guy... Talk about Nick. That one guy who's going to go out no matter what weather it is. I was hoping he'd see me so I could make eye contact. But, you know, we all know that one guy who is a die-hard fisherman, though. Like, it doesn't matter what the weather is, and that's dedication. That's real dedication to go out no matter what the weather and go and hammer on fish.
Just a real good reason to go on vacation down south with a bunch of real shot bass plastics and go bass fishing.
Speaking of bass, is TJ, have you been able to reach him? Or?
So, TJ, it says he's active now. He just replied to my... thing, so he's online. So I mean, I don't know if we should room in, but so if we want to just go over real quick who this is before we call him, and we'll get him in here.
TJ DeVoe is his name. He's a content creator for a lot of the professional bass fishermen, both on the Elite Series and on the new MLF Series. So today he's going to be talking about, he said he had some crazy long story. I don't know what that's all about. We'll have to ask him.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start calling him.
So when do we announce the other bass fishing information that we know?
What do you mean?
Like, well, we did Wisco bass.
Yep.
And then are we ever going to talk about your bass fishing?
Well, I don't even know what I'm doing yet.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, as the show's evolving, I mean, you know, me getting back on the tour and circuit. I don't know if it's as important as it used to be. If we've getting into the more of this live stuff and more product demos.
I didn't know how, like, if we could talk about where we're going in areas of the bass fishing world.
What do you mean, like going to the Classic?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to the Classic.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's what I was. We're going to the Super Bowl.
You wanted me to say that on air, right? Yeah. No, we're going to the Classic. I
didn't want to be the guy in case it was. So we're going to the Super Bowl of bass fishing.
Yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl of bass fishing.
And that's March.
It is the granddaddy of everything, yeah.
Like.
It's going to blow. So the reason I want to get you guys there is we've got that Wisco sponsorship.
Yep.
The Wisco Bass sponsorship, which is the biggest up-and-coming tournament circuit in the state. It's going to be awesome.
Yep.
You know, guys that are fishing this circuit, some of them have aspirations to go fish this MLF type stuff like TJ is going to be on here talking about, hopefully, if Zach can figure it out. No pressure.
So
you only
remember
had like
how
30 seconds.
Remember how we couldn't use the cameras at the same time?
Yeah.
Well, now it is saying that because we're using the microphone for the live stream, it doesn't really want to let us use the microphone when we call him. So we wouldn't be able to talk to him. He'd just be able to talk to us. So
this technology is really freaking me out.
Yeah,
it's 2019. You'd think that we'd be able to figure out how to run everything together. So basically, Skype is just not working. So you guys keep talking. I'm going to figure this out.
Okay, he'll figure it out. So anyway, so the Classic is the biggest tournament ever.
Yep.
You guys are going to go there and you're going to see what professional bass fishing is all about. It's a big deal. It's going to blow your minds.
Yeah.
It's going to blow your minds. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Well, after talking with the Wisco Bass on that show we did, you know, I have no idea. And I still have no idea what it's really, really like. And then you're saying for like this level of Wisco bass, and then now you go to that level, It's just insane.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally is.
I mean, it's NASCAR fishing. It's
You've gone to
NFL
some of these
fishing.
tournaments
Oh,
down
it's
south, and
people up north don't understand how big bass fishing is once you get south of Iowa.
right.
I mean, it's just this is what it is.
It's a
It's an
lifestyle.
athletic event to these people down
There's
there. I mean, it's a big
colleges
deal.
that
Oh,
sponsors
absolutely.
full or not sponsors, but
Yep.
there's scholarships for all that.
Well, I
kind
mean,
of
we're from Wisconsin, so we go to a bar. We're out at lunch. What do we talk about? We talk about the Brewers. We talk about the Packers. We talk about
Right.
that's what we talk about. Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers, this type of stuff. Justin and I went on a trip down south, looking at some different things in Tennessee. All these guys cared about was bass fishing. That's all they cared about. We went to lunch with these guys, and they spent 2 hours talking about the new MLF circuit and what this guy's doing and what that guy's doing. That's all. That's their thing.
really.
Oh, that's their thing. And there'll be thousands of people at these weigh-ins. Thousands.
And so we're gonna film that, and we're gonna try to do our own spin on it, just like we did with the
absolutely.
ATA video.
Yep, for
So,
sure.
Right.
Obviously now we can say it. If we, for those who like what they're listening to and seeing, obviously, and plus our social media stuff, we appreciate it. Like it, share it, comment, subscribe to our YouTube stuff because it's only gonna get better. I mean, Zach put out that video yesterday on Instagram of a doe harvest I had.
Oh,
There we go. Let's try that.
Can that be our intro?
no. I spent too much time on that other
Hey,
song.
TJ, are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, cool.
Nice job, Zach. Well
There
done.
we go. I got to figure out now how to get the screen to work. Actually, can you activate your camera once?
I got all excited. I was like,
Okay.
yeah, it's working.
There we go. We got audio now.
Oh, we got audio.
Welcome back.
All right, so
All right.
TJ's on the Skype. Can't say on the
Yep,
line.
I
I don't know what it was.
Yeah,
I heard
it's
you guys.
All right, cool.
Cool. So go ahead and continue talking.
So why don't you tell us just a little bit about yourself, and then you're going to be on this show quite a bit, helping us get a little behind the scenes at what's going on at some of these professional level events.
Yeah, so I'm actually sitting in the service yard right now, looking at a number of the guys that are on are in Group A. So the guys that fished yesterday, so they're on their day off. They're all laid back and just chilling out and just getting going over their gear that may need serviced, and just taking care of stuff that they can now take care of that they usually don't have time for other than in the evenings to do it. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. But yeah, so I work with all these guys, a number of these guys. Some I work with closer than others, but almost all of them I've worked with in some capacity over the last, I guess this is my ninth.
I was
will be
going to
my
say, you've
ninth
been
full
doing this
year.
for a long time.
Yeah, this is my ninth full year on tour with these guys. So I've known them quite a while, as Brian knows. So yeah, I just get to spend a lot of time with them. Sometimes more time than I want to be, but it sure beats working at a more normal job, I guess. And,
Right.
have to sit at a desk all day long. So yeah, it's a pretty cool gig. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah.
Awesome. I think this is going to be an awesome opportunity for people to get to know you and get to know somebody who's behind the scenes of all of the. I mean, they see the Iconelli stuff, they see the Kevin Van Dam stuff, they see the Edwin Evers stuff, but they don't know who actually does all of that.
Well, we just got done talking about how bass fishing, how big it is down there, and this is a perfect segue into everything.
It's awesome.
What state are you in right now?
I'm in Florida.
Oh, okay.
That's
so
what. Okay.
that-
So let's talk about MLF a little bit, right? It's Major League Fishing. It's the big new circuit going on. What can you help us understand a little bit how this format's different from the elites or the other professional tours?
Absolutely. But I just wanted to ask you, is how cold is it there again?
Negative 25 real temperature, TJ.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks
I've-
for.
So TJ actually his hunting land's like 5 minutes from mine.
Okay.
So we got to figure out how to keep our deer alive.
What?
TJ.
Yeah. What are the GPS coordinates again to that area? So yeah, go ahead with the MFL stuff. That's awesome.
Okay, so yeah, there've been a lot of different changes with this, but so yeah, what differs now is this is a complete catch catch, record, release format. So the guys can catch, basically their whole goal is to catch as many fish in that 8-hour period that they can catch, which is totally foreign to them because they're used to having to try to manage their areas for the next previous days to come. Well, it's out the door. Like the whole deal now is trying to survive to the next round.
So do they get a point per fish or per weight, or how does that work?
So it goes by weight. So they've got a scale. I'm guessing you guys actually sell the same scale. They use the Rapala scale.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
yep.
we do.
Yep. So they use that scale, and their tournament official. I think that's what just official. I guess I think is what they coin them. So they'll zero that scale out right before they get the fish in the boat. Zero it out right in front of the pro. Put the fish on there, and then they'll weigh the fish, and then once they've got an okay, they've got the official score that they've agreed upon, and then they're supposed to take the fish and put it below the rub rail on the boat, so they're not just throwing them back in. So this format is very conservation minded.
They actually get penalties for that stuff, right?
They do. So I think it's just a 2-minute penalty that if they throw the fish in the water that's above the rub rail on their boat, that they'll have to sit out for 2 minutes. So if a guy's catching them, they're on a good topwater bite, that's going to be a killer.
2 minutes is an eternity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That school can move fast.
Oh, big time.
Huh.
Yeah.
You could lose 5 bites in 2 minutes, easy.
Are most of the tournaments 8 hours long?
Oh, yeah. I didn't tell you that?
No.
Oops.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good time.
I'm not saying it's I couldn't. I mean, 8 hours.
Yeah, it can be a grind at times for sure. Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
their format's a little different now. So it's more of, I guess the best way to describe it is more of like an ease out. So they've only got 40 guys fishing. They have a group A and a group B. So I should have gone back on that part first. So they got group A that fished yesterday, and then today's group B. And so tomorrow will be group A, and then Friday will be group B. So it's 40 guys in each group. So you have a total of 80 guys in the whole tournament.
And they both fish 2 days.
Yeah, they're going to fish 2 days, just like normal.
Okay.
But it's not the full field. It's obviously Group A, Group B, and they'll and then they'll have a cut day, which will be after their second day. So if it's 40 guys, these first 2 days or first 4 days, and then it'll be half the field on Saturday. So you'll have 20 from Group A and 20 from Group B on Saturday. And then on Sunday, that will be cut down to just the top 10 for the final deal, championship round.
So to win it, you're fishing 3 days then. Right?
No, you're gonna fish a total of 4 days.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Justin came in and brought one of the scales the guys are using, so I got a little distracted.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yep. No, they've got this. They've got a guy will fish. So if he's at Group A, like yesterday, he'll fish Tuesday, Thursday. He'll have to fish Saturday and fish Sunday if he's going to make the top 10. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Now they're fishing the same body of water all days, right?
No. So that's another major
wow.
change. So Sunday they're going to go to a little lake I think it's called Lake Garcia, and that's where they're going to battle out for the championship round. So it's completely whole different water for Sunday's
now, how many
round.
days?
I'm not sure.
How many days have they had to practice for all this?
So that another change. So the Elite Series guys are used to starting practice on a Monday, having all day sun up to sundown on Monday, Tuesday, and then until 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock on Wednesday to practice. Well, these guys started practice on Sunday, all day Sunday, all day Monday, and then started yesterday. So they're just down to 2 practice days. So
now how
their
do
practice times changed.
Do they go to the championship lake cold then?
Nope. So yesterday, Group B had an opportunity to go look around, but they can't make a cast.
Oh, really?
4 hours.
That's
4
awesome.
hours just to look with their graphs. So they couldn't even make a cast.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So today, I believe the guys in Group A that didn't fish, that fished yesterday, could go now and spend their 4 hours on
That's
there.
all they have going into championship day is 4 hours on the lake.
Let's go time.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's
And
awesome.
some of them, I believe, aren't even going to go. That's how they're just going to
Go fish.
They're going to fish the current conditions and make it happen that way.
That's awesome.
But it's also, from my understanding, it's a small puddle. So, meaning for them could
Right.
be 5,000 acre lake.
Right.
But for them, that's nothing. They'll make a lap around that in about 15 minutes.
Right.
What are the current conditions down there in Florida?
So yesterday we had a major cold front, as you can imagine, came through throughout the weekend. I mean, it rained all day on Sunday. The guys were saying, and it blew all day. So Monday was still some of that reciprocating, getting through that front, but still, more post frontal. Yesterday was really post frontal. High skies, really calm conditions, almost flat calm. And a lot of the video you saw MLF was airing. Today's a lot different. Today's almost completely overcast. There is no sun right now. Wind is definitely much better fishing conditions, and they're catching them like that. Last I checked the leaderboard, I think one guy had like 26 pounds. Anthony Gagliardi, FLW champion, I think 2 years ago, had like 26 pounds. That's like an hour and a half ago. So they're catching them.
That's awesome.
They're catching them. Every fish counts.
How
That's
did
the
it turn
difference.
out yesterday? Who was in the lead after yesterday for Group A?
So Randy Howell, the 2014, I got odd defo backing up here. I got to watch my car. Randy Howell, 2014, I think, champion, is leading with 49 pounds, 12 ounces.
How many fish was that?
I think that was 23 or 26.
Are those fish in pre-spawn down there yet?
Oh, yeah.
They're in all stages right now.
Okay.
All stages.
Wow.
But I wouldn't say I've not heard that they're in one stage more or the other. So I think it's really mixed. Yep.
It's a whole different world down there.
It
You know what I
is,
mean? It's
yeah.
crazy. We're dealing with 2 feet of ice, and they
Right,
got fish.
right.
Some of those bass are spawning.
They're
already.
they're already spawned out and they're putting the feed bags on. That's
awesome.
crazy. Is there a big fish? Do you know of what potentially big fish is so far?
I'm not 100% sure. I know there was a couple 6s caught, I think, already today. There might have been something bigger in the last 2 hours. But yesterday was a 612 by Zach Burge and a 6'4 by Randall Tharp.
Holy man.
So, but Justin Lucas, if you guys get a chance, you can always pull up Justin Lucas's Facebook page. He caught 11.5 on Monday, and it looks like a freaking dinosaur.
And that was in practice mode, right?
Yeah, that was his PB, right?
I thought he said it might be his PB, but I thought he said on his Facebook it was the biggest fish he's caught in 12 years.
Oh, okay. I thought Kevin. I thought I saw an interview with Kevin Van Dam where he said that was his PB. That guy's
11
PB.
Yeah.
That's a giant fish, man. That's
How
crazy.
long is that fish? I mean, I know they just eat and eat and eat down there. Is that? Oh, did we lose him?
Oh, we lost him.
Oh,
We
either
lost
way.
him.
How? I mean, what's your? Is that a 26-inch fish?
I don't even know bass wise. That's a giant.
I look at
That's a
that
giant.
one that Ty brought into the front of the store. It's like
Yep.
22 pounds. Just a freaking nature.
Yeah.
And you're like that. There's no way that
Look
fish
taller
is like,
than they are long.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? It's crazy.
looks like
I'm
that
going to try to reach him
Yeah,
back.
Try
yeah,
to-
for sure.
This guy's really good
TJ?
job.
Oh, I
Yeah,
told you, he's
super
legit.
interesting.
Oh, yeah.
This
He's
is
a
a
good guy.
great.
Well, and like I said, he's going to be able to give us insight on every tournament. As the season progresses here, we'll get to know some of these guys. I mean, TJ's he's in the inside.
So he does all their like social media
Yeah.
type stuff.
Most of I know he works for a fact with Kevin Van Dam and Evers and some of these guys. So when you see those guys making their posts, they're not actually doing most of that stuff. TJ's doing the work
TJ's
for
doing
them.
it
Yeah.
him? That's cool.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know
no
if he
luck.
lost service or something, but
Okay.
Oh, cool.
All right.
Well,
Well, anyway, we'll have TJ on a lot throughout the year here. So
Definitely.
that'll be awesome.
No, yeah, we apologize. I mean, we're working with a lot of stuff here, and that's pretty cool for him.
I'll take the blame for this not working great. This was my idea last night at about 8:00. So kudos to Zach for even getting it to work as long as it did.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah,
Good job.
we got
I
him.
missed it. Did he say? What did he say? Temperature wise was, or did he not?
He didn't say. He just said a cold front, and I started
Yeah,
laughing. I'm like, I'll take your cold front, and I will show you polar vortex.
Right. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's some pretty good insight already to day one of the MFL down there, and day two is going on for
Yep.
the B squad. I
Yep,
guess
right
you
now,
want to
yep.
call it. Like
And if you go to MajorLeagueFishing.com, you can follow all of it live.
you can watch it live.
all of it live. I think they've got 10. Don't quote me on this, but there's 10 or 20 cameras on the water. You can watch live all day long.
So
Literally get nothing done at work. You watch TRS live, and you go to watch Major League Fishing live.
it's almost wait till March Madness hits. You're not gonna be able to do anything
Right.
around here. So. Is that how we're gonna try to do with the Wisco bass? Is we're gonna
To-
try to be somewhat live?
Yeah,
with
as
it?
live as we can get it, of
Okay.
course. I mean, the weigh-ins will obviously be live because we're on, as much as we can do on the water live, we're going to try.
Yep.
Right.
Obviously, we don't have the funding that Major League Fishing has.
Right.
We have me and the real shot.
Right.
You're
But-
not wrong.
Right, but I mean, technology-wise, we have the capabilities of doing a lot of that. It's just a matter of, how it goes. So we're going to try, absolutely. It's going to be
Dude.
awesome.
Now I'm getting even more stoked. this weather right now makes me excited for warm days.
Well,
and
I mean,
all of a sudden,
just
these guys.
think about what these guys are doing, right? I mean, if you literally have 2 days of practice and you're fishing for hundreds of thousands of dollars,
right.
think of the scouting you put in to go turkey hunting,
Yep.
or think of the scouting somebody does, or how like Zach's getting into fishing, how much time and effort he has to put into learning something.
Yep.
These guys are going to have top 10 on a brand new lake they've seen for 4. If they took the time to go,
Yep.
they've seen it for 4 hours. Now,
4.
maybe it's a lake they fished in the past, whatever. But I mean, there's a lot of pressure when you're fishing for hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, this is a big deal.
Yeah. 8 hours. I mean, what time do they typically push off, do you think?
They'll be at the launch in the morning at 5-6. They got to do all their media stuff. They've got to get, and this is kind of what I was trying to do with those Wisco bass is if you're a guy that wants to go to this next level, fishing at the next level isn't about fishing. It's about marketing. It's about interviews. It's no different than any other professional sport. If you go from high school football to college football, eventually start doing some interviews. Well, now you go to make it to the NFL. You got to sit there and do post-game press conferences and got to go to the talk shows on Mondays and Tuesdays. It's not all about
Or Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 o'clock.
right. It's not all about the sport anymore. It's
Right.
about the coverage of the sport.
Yes.
And that's what professional fishing is now. Is it's about the coverage and the media and the Facebook Lives and the doing a podcast. And we're not the only podcast out there. We might be the biggest ones coming, but like there's other ones out there
Yeah.
talk about bass fishing and stuff. And there's a lot of really good ones, and they're on there doing interviews all the time. And there's a lot to it.
So you're a big bass fisherman. Like, I have a question is some of the rules he was trying to say is like the release process.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's great for the fish.
Yep.
But that slows down that fisherman a lot, right?
Not really. I mean, I think most guys that are into conservation, doesn't matter what you fish,
Yep.
they're doing that already anyways.
Right.
It's just what they're doing is they're putting a concerted effort towards it.
Yes.
And then they're trying to, obviously they're trying to make a show out of it, right?
Right.
So they're trying to have the penalty minutes. I mean, they've got another rule, at least on the MLF TV show that was out last year. Like if your fish hit the deck of the boat, it was a penalty.
Oh, really?
So when you flip the fish in the boat, you either had to grab the line. I don't know exactly all the rules, but if I know for a fact if the fish hit the deck of the boat, there was a penalty. So they're just trying to obviously put stuff around the rule, but conservation minded people are probably doing most of that anyways.
Yes.
And it's the same for everybody. So if it does take a little bit longer, so what?
Can the judge release the fish?
No.
It has to be the fisherman.
Yep.
Which would make sense. I
Yep.
just didn't know.
you're out there.
It'd be like, you release him, I'm casting.
Well, see, and
again.
that's the thing with like a team tournament versus the Wisco Bass is where a team tournament will be, you and I could be fishing. If I'm hot, you could deal with the fish. I can go right back to fishing again.
Right.
And that happens a lot. With the solo format like Wisco Bass or like these MLF guys or whatever, it's on you, man. You got to do it yourself.
I don't see it a lot, but can you net fish in bass fishing? Like in a
Certain tournaments
tournament?
you can, certain tournaments you can't.
Okay.
So like the elites, you can't use nets.
You just
I'm
have
not
to-
sure. I don't think the MLF you can use nets. Now the FLW tour you can.
Okay.
So it just depends. It's just a tournament rule,
Alright.
just on preference.
I didn't know if that was a dumb question or not, but a lot of the times on TV you don't see these guys using nets.
I'll be honest. A lot
That's
of
why they like football carry that.
Well, a lot of
fishing.
times with the bass fishing, it's almost more work and a little harder to get a net and do that by yourself.
Yes.
One hand here trying to net it, or you just go grab the thing
Right.
and move on
Right.
with life.
Yep. Grab it, lip it, football, chuck it, all that kind of stuff.
So I think we're just gonna give up on the Skype thing, Zach. Or you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
for now, yeah.
We'll get her by next time.
It was very good for what we had. The time we had with him. I mean,
Oh, it was awesome.
it
We'll
was
get her figured out.
So much information in just that little bit of time too.
We'll get her figured out.
So that was cool. So yeah, I'm going over our list here. So we got True coming on.
He's so proud of his list.
Dude,
He's so proud of it.
well, it helps keep us on track.
I agree.
But we got True coming on Friday with huge giveaways, huge announcement. We covered SHOT Show. Does anybody have any questions on SHOT Show, or
Yeah, I mean, realistically, one thing I was going to say, too, is fire off any questions you guys have. Excuse me. Any questions you guys have. The other thing I want to bring up, too, is we've got one of those Rapala digital scales. There's my camera.
It's given away.
And we're going to give one away. So let's see. How should we give it away? What should we make our viewers do for us if we can give them this $50 digital scale? Or $40. I don't remember how much these even cost.
Dude, they're not cheap.
They're not cheap. There's a reason why I don't have one yet.
Zach, I just sent you a picture.
Okay.
If you could put that on for me.
Where did you put?
I just texted it to you.
Okay.
Is that
nice.
what's better, Facebook?
Facebook, yeah.
Oh, do you want me to send it to you, Facebook?
Yeah, because otherwise I just send it back to myself.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to think. How about like What time is it? I mean, how about like a bass picture? Can we do something with a bass picture? Like,
Send us. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. For anybody watching, send us a picture of your personal best fish. And Matt, do you have your phone on you?
it's at my desk. Should I go grab it?
Go grab it. And as we wrap this up, whoever has
What are you trying to get at on your phone?
so we can watch the comments and we can choose whose fish deserves this scale.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Well, let's time frame it then.
We got to give away one of these hats too.
Well, yeah. What's going on?
You got to see that picture I just sent you.
Okay.
Put that up there.
Is that
we got a
Nolan?
photo?
It is.
Oh, nice. Nice.
He's watching from home today because school's canceled.
Oh. Get to work, Nolan.
There you go. See, he's got a hat.
Yeah. Does he look cooler in his hat than I do?
Kinda, yeah.
Doesn't take much.
I know. You got to remember, guys, I have a headset on. If I could pull it down over my ears, I'd probably look.
You have to rock it backwards, so it looks like you have long hair. And
Oh.
then put the,
So you want those pictures posted in the comments of the show, right?
yes,
For the
posted right into the right in the comments right here on the show. So send
That's
them
funny.
right to the comments.
Oh,
and
how
we'll
did I
take a
know
peek.
that Tony Malika was going to probably be one of the first guys to send us a picture of a bass? Bass was huge.
Well, we wait for those. Man, what else do we have to talk about? I mean, it's already been an hour and 5 minutes.
Really?
This show's flown today, I think.
This show flew. But guess what? That's the greatest part about this show is we don't have time limits.
Right. As long as I'm not upset, we can keep talking.
All right, next topic. How do we upset Brian?
How do we upset him?
I don't get upset real easy, do I?
I don't think I've ever, I've been here for how many months now?
A few.
It's been going. And I don't think I've really seen you upset more than maybe one time.
I think in the 9 years I've been doing this business, or we've started this business, I've lost my mind twice.
I don't want to see that day.
Once was way before, way in the beginning, and the other was a couple, 2 or 3 years ago.
Megan said that Nolan's jacked.
I bet he is.
He's probably ripping out push-ups because he's so excited. What are the other kids doing? I wonder what my kids are doing right now.
They're
They better
definitely
be-
not caring about what you're doing.
I know they should be doing chores.
Guarantee my oldest one's just playing Fortnite.
Oh man,
So I'm not sure.
I don't look that
if-
dumb in my hat.
So I don't think
I've
we
seen it
can send photos into the live chat. So they're just going to send them to the website.
Oh,
so I'll
okay.
use my discretion at that until we get
All
our
right,
TV
all
up.
right. So
Okay, all right,
so
fair
we're
enough.
looking for if anybody's joining in late, we're giving away a Rapala scale. Zach showed it off again.
Yep, we got a Rapala scale here.
And we're looking for either smallmouth or largemouth, your personal best.
So did you start a new post on Facebook?
I did not. So this is actually just for the live stream right now. So
No, I know. How are they supposed to send you those pictures?
they're going to send them right to the messenger. We did just send
okay.
us a Facebook message right here on Facebook and
DM us.
DM us.
DM us.
Slide into it.
Please send
Sounds
pics.
So millennial.
Yeah. And then what about these hats? Well, okay, so
So-
we're gonna wrap up. How long are they gonna
I
have?
still can't believe nobody's out ice fishing today. That's very disappointing.
Is it that surprising?
That's just
Every day I
disappointing.
drive over the Butelmore Bridge, I always look east and or north and south.
Hey, do we want to talk to TJ anymore? He's back. His phone died.
Yeah, he just messaged me.
Yeah, let's put him back on here. real
Should we get him
quick.
back
Yeah,
in?
for sure.
All right, let's bring it back.
That way-
I want to
so-
know more.
Okay, so again, we're looking for some. I don't know if I want to promote the ice fishing thing anymore for the free hats.
Fine.
Figure out something else. Welcome. Here's some music.
I do like this. It's kind of catchy. Is he there?
All right, let's see. TJ, you there?
Yeah, you got me?
Yeah.
Awesome, you're back.
What is going on with you today?
Yeah.
You're having battery problems.
Oh, yeah. So when you're down at these things, you're on your phone all the time. So I had run the phone down pretty good as much as I'm on this thing. So I was charging in my car here, which is why I'm in the car, and the car was not fully turned on. And as you can imagine, that's why we went dark.
All right.
So
I'll have to buy you a battery pack, TJ.
Yeah.
I've already gone through a battery pack two of them that I've not gotten charged up again. So I've not even been back to the house we're staying at.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
So there's so much going on down here. It's just a completely new environment. It's crazy how different and new this thing is.
What's the
for me too?
What's the overall vibe? Is everybody just jacked out of their minds?
Yeah, they're jacked. They're a lot more laid back than I expected. Like, they're excited. They like this day off. The Group A guys so far, they
Okay.
really like it. They've never had that, not having to fish this many days in a row. But they're way more cool and laid back about it than I thought. I thought there'd be a little more excitement about it. But I'm sure they are excited. They're just probably tired.
Well, and
Right.
for these guys, I mean, it's business, right? They're there working. They don't. It's not a vacation. That's all they make. I think the other thing is when you're talking about them being a little more relaxed than you're used to them. I think that's because of that no entry fee.
Yeah, that certainly could be part of it for
I mean,
sure.
they got a lot less. I don't want to say a lot less invested, but they didn't
Right.
have to come up with the entry fee to fish it.
Well, and I guess too, like the fact of the matter is, you don't have to go for 5 big fish bites or whatever
Yeah.
like that. You can catch as many fish as you want. So, regulations down there got to be 15 inches is the same as Wisconsin, or is there not that? I mean, what is there a size regulation?
Yeah, so it's actually 1 pound. So as long
okay.
as the fish weighs 1 pound, it counts.
Can they weigh a fish, and if it's not 1 pound, or what happens if they weigh
Yep.
one under 1?
Just put it back. Not going to count.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was a penalty for guessing wrong or something.
Nope.
Is there any other
Nope.
penalty? What
Nope.
are the other penalties?
So they're not supposed to allow it to hit their jersey. So they can't. If they bear hug one on the side of the boat, like you do oftentimes with a smallmouth,
Yep.
then that would be a penalty. Throwing them above the rub line. Trying to think what other.
It can't hit the deck of the
penalties.
boat, right? Like the floor.
Correct. That'd be another one. Yep. Trying to think what else. I guess those are the ones that I guess everyone are probably the most familiar with if
Okay.
they watch any Major League Fishing at all.
So you've been doing this for a while. This tournament for you compared to like the elite tournaments, what are you liking more or less of the MFL versus like the other tournaments?
Just the laid backness. It's a lot different in the morning. It's not so much a hurry up. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Maybe it's because we're here earlier in the mornings now, because they've got to get here. And each one of the officials, they're going to come to all the tournaments. These officials are going to stay the same. So they get their official in the morning. They've got this device that goes on their back deck that they will plug in that connects to their iPad to be able to send the score tracking in. So they've got this deal back there. So they've got to pick their official up in the morning. You got to connect with them, and then they can go to the ramp and launch. So that part's still going to stay the same, but from there they really can ease out. Like the last 2 mornings, they have waited, but until 7 o'clock they can ease out from there, and then lines don't go in. That's another difference. So they'll let them go out at 7, and then lines are in at 7:30. So they get a half-hour running time before really
Nice.
the game starts, which is totally different than what we're used to, or they're used to. So lines in at 7:30, lines out. So that's another part of it. Lines out at 10 o'clock for a 15-minute break.
Wow.
So that's where guys can go Facebook Live right on their own page. Like Edwin Evers did Facebook Live from the water. That's never been done before.
Right.
Like that. He sat down, took a break, and literally talked to his fans on Facebook or Instagram, wherever. And there's no fishing going on from 10 to 10:15. So 10:15, lines in again. And then I think there's another break. I think it was at 1 o'clock. So 1 to 1:15, I think, is another break. So they get 2 breaks during the day.
Wow.
So they can eat a sandwich. What it really does is gives the score tracker guy in the boat a break.
Right.
So maybe it wasn't such a crazy day for them yesterday, but say when they're down on the Tennessee River, they're cranking, they're catching one every cast or on topwater bite. Those guys can get worn out, having to be right on top of the game, almost as much as the guy
Right.
fishing. So
Can they
it
retie?
just gives
Can
those
they
guys a
retie
break.
and stuff during the break?
Say that again?
Can they retie during the break?
Oh yeah, they can do anything they need to do to readjust. They just can't be fishing.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep.
So just one more, we're just going to reintroduce. So anybody that's joining in now, we're on the phone or on Skype with TJ. He's down there in Florida right now. The MFL Day 1 happened yesterday, and he's kind of filling us in on everything that happened yesterday. The elites, or not the elites, the A group, I don't know what you want to call them more, the pros.
Group
or-
A.
Group
A
A.
and Group
This
B,
is
yep.
Group A. They fished yesterday. Group B's on the water today. He's filling us in on some of the stuff that happened. There was an 11-pound bass caught on Monday. So it's really cool what's going on down there.
Now, real quick, I do have something else here. I have a viewer with a question that I think is
Okay.
pretty easy to answer. He just asked, how do they keep that many fish? Is there no limit? But I think what you guys are doing is just catching them, recording them, and releasing them,
Yep.
correct?
Absolutely, yeah. And that's the beauty of this system is it's all about conservation. It's very, very conservation minded. It's to get those fish back in the water in the area that they're actually living currently.
Right.
And it's all about the future of fishing and for those people to come out and be able to catch those fish again someday. So there's hopefully going to be or a much lesser delayed mortality than ever before with this format, and that's a big part of that.
Do they get a new official every day, or do they have the same one the whole time of the tournament?
So I'm guessing that I can't speak of for sure, but I'm guessing. I think the way it's rolling is it's a new official each day.
Which
that
would
way,
make sense.
it just keeps the field from
Yep.
any question on what could be going on there. So which
Well,
only makes sense.
Well, I agree with that, but the other part of this with all the TV cameras everywhere is going to be pretty tough to do anything stupid.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
Well,
You know what I mean?
it's just welcome to the digital age too. That
Yep.
makes all of this so much easier because we
right.
can have cameras everywhere,
Yep.
all the time.
Yep.
Everything's on record, so that's really awesome.
How
that we
many
can
boats
that-
do you
away
get
with
in
that.
TJ in a day? Or are you just with one person for the most part?
No, so I actually, for the most part, don't usually go out on the water. I'll do my stuff, my work in the mornings before takeoff, and then I'll go back with the content that I've filmed or videoed or shot photos of, and go back and edit, do my stuff, and then that's where I'll disperse it to my clients in a multiple different ways, whether it's actually posting it for them, sending it to a social media manager or whoever we have to get it to, and disperse it out to our clients. And then usually it's nearly lunch by that time, and go get lunch, and we're usually trying to turn back around to be back over here for the weigh-in part, to do it all over again for the evening part.
Nice.
So that I'm not usually on the water, but this deal's different because now they're bringing up to 10 media boats with them at these events. So I'm going to have a lot more opportunity to get on the water. So I'm kind of playing it by ear here, at least these first few days, because this is, like I said, this is a new format for even us too. Like, it's totally new. So we're just everyone's learning what our days are going to look like. We've had this speculation for months of, all right, you can only plan so much, and until it actually happens, we don't know. So it's more or less just trying to see what our days are like and just trying to plan it out and understand it better right now.
Well,
for
maybe
us.
now that you know you're going to be on the show quite a bit, we can get some on the water coverage here, TJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a possibility as long as I keep my phone from dying.
Right. Extra big battery pack. I'm buying one.
Yeah, that won't be a problem.
So where does the tournament go from day one then? I mean, so where's the next one at?
So from here, I'm actually going, if we do it again next week, I'll actually be at the first Bassmaster Elite next week. So I'm going to go from here in Kissimmee, Florida, to the St. Johns River, which is in Palatka, Florida. So I'm in Florida for the next 2 weeks, so I'm not complaining there. But
Yeah.
and then from there, the very next week, I'm going to drive from Florida to Texas to Lake Conroe out of Houston. So I will be gone basically for the next 3 weeks, and then we'll have MLF number 2 on Lake Conroe, which is where the Classic was in 2017, where Jordan Lee won his first Classic.
Oh, nice.
So
Just so these
we'll
guys
be
don't
there.
know, he's won back-to-back.
Is that like
Never happened.
Tom Brady winning
That's
the
gotta be
Super
pretty
Bowl every
impressive.
year? Or?
Yeah, it's never happened.
Okay.
only 2 other people have ever done it.
Is it really?
Kevin
I thought he
Van
was the
Dam and
first
Rick
one to
Lund.
win back-to-back.
He's the youngest to ever do it.
That's what it was.
But no, Kevin and Rick Lund are the only 2, which that's a pretty good group to be involved with.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of
At
curious, like,
20-some years old.
oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm kind of like more of what your background is. How did you get connected with this kind of stuff? I mean, and how you said you've been doing the tournament stuff for 9 years. What was what led you to this?
Well, how far back do you want me to go on this?
Well, I don't.
It's not. There's a short story and then there's a long story. So which
Give us
one do you guys want?
The medium one.
The longer you talk, the less work I have to do. So keep talking. Go
Well,
ahead.
it really. I tell this. I'm always careful who I tell to because I don't want it to come off as being snotty. But it really comes down to the old saying of it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yep.
And I owe a lot of credit towards Brian might know him, but his name is Jim Calcove, and he used to be the executive director for the professional walleye trail, the in-fisherman professional walleye trail. So he was the guy that made a lot of those decisions. So when I I've known him since I was 12 years old. Had a friend that worked with him and always fished together a lot. And he called me up. I always told him, hey, there's a position that I could, be summer help or, work for you. Let me know. Well, he called me up in a January day of my freshman year in college in 2006 and said, I think I've got a job for you. And I said, well, whatever it is, I'm in, because I was going to get to go to all the walleye tournaments and get to travel the country to all those events. And so from there, I went to eight events all year, paid for my entire sophomore year of college on 8 weeks of work, and just followed those guys around. And then from there, I just got to know. It's all about being in position where the key decision makers are, and I got to know many of those key decision makers, and it just really, skyrocketed my career in this industry and getting to know the right people. And there's a lot of other steps after that kind of led me this way. Worked with the walleye guys for a number of years, as Brian knows pretty well. And then in 2010 and 11, I was like, let's, we're going to really do something with this. The bass world's where it's at, and needing to be there and to really make a good career for what I want to do. And so the company I was working for at the time had an opportunity through the Reel Shot, actually. They were sponsoring Travis Manson back in 2011 and 12 when he was the first Wisconsin guy to qualify for the Elite Series. So we were there covering the events and providing media of Travis as he fished the Elite Series those 2 years, and just kind of went from there. And as that morphed into more and being at all the events, I got, I've been here ever since, really. So, that kind of the medium story of it. There's a little more to it, but I think that kind of gives you a good logistic of it. I've always wanted to be in the fishing industry, and I guess I'm in the fishing industry.
There's no getting out now. No, that's perfect.
No.
The nice thing is if there was anybody curious, you get it kind of. I'm sure you get questions like that all the time. How do I do what you do?
Yeah.
Well, it's basically put yourself in the right position all the time. I mean, that's kind of how I'm working at the Reel Shot now. I put myself in the right position, and I got to know some people in the outdoor industry, and led me to my awesome job here. But that was awesome. It's very informative, because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to know that kind of stuff from everybody that we have on this show. So I think it's key for, helps you and it helps us as well. So
I think the big thing for me is that you are willing to put your time in.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Nowadays, as somebody who hires people, so many people come out of college and they expect to be where they think they're going to be.
It's not even the college. It's just like it's expected no matter what.
It's crazy.
And with the social media way it's blown and taken off, I mean, obviously anybody can do anything with a little bit of work, but you nailed it right there, Brian. I mean, TJ, he put himself in the right position from 12 years old.
Yeah.
And now look where
work on
Is it your own business you're doing this through, or you still work through a company?
No, I'm as of 2013, summer 2013, I was completely on my own.
Okay.
I do have a business partner now. He and I work together. He's at all the events with me as well, has been. So it just gives us an opportunity to take on a lot more work together as a team versus just individually. So we're on our own. Pro Fishing Media is the company. That's
sweet.
Yeah.
I look forward to. Do you live in Wisconsin right now? Or I'm not right now, but I mean, you currently reside.
I do. So I live in Stevens Point. I left on Saturday, made a 10-hour drive down to my business partner in Nashville's house, and then drove the other 10 hours down. I typically wouldn't drive 20 hours for events, but being down here for 2 weeks and then one in Texas, it only made more sense.
Yeah, have all your gear with you and everything. Don't have to lose it on the airline. Well, I think it'd be cool once you get kind of a settle down period to have you here at the Reel Shot as well, kind of going over stuff. But no, I mean I think it's been. I really appreciate it. I know Brian appreciates it in the hectic schedule you got going on for you to make time for us here. But I think everybody that's tuning in and is listening to this loves it as well. So
you don't get this kind of insight, right?
No,
I mean, that's awesome.
No, I don't know if we can keep going into. I don't. You got to have more questions for him. It's really.
Well, my hope is I probably could have lined up one of the pros to be on today with us as well, but. Just a lot of craziness going on this morning, so that wasn't going to really happen. But I think that in the future we probably could get something worked out. So we have some guys be able to join us on here, and like I said, next week I'll be at the Bassmaster Elite Series. So that'll be a whole nother event, something that we can cover on their changes. They've had a ton of changes as well. So this week, next week, and the week after, I'll be at events live on site. So
Sweet.
Very nice.
Awesome.
Well, TJ, thanks a lot, man. That's awesome.
You bet. Not a problem. Anytime, guys. I look forward to the future ones, and yeah, we should keep it going.
Thanks a lot. Wear your suntan lotion.
Yeah, I got a little red yesterday. I could feel it.
These northern boys down
Yeah.
there, it's
We have windburn. You have sunburn. It's totally different. So thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, not a problem. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
Bye.
Cool.
Zach, nice job.
That
Getting
was
all to
awesome.
work, man.
That was really
did it.
cool.
All right. Well,
cool.
what else do we have to go with? I mean, we've almost been on here for an hour and a half. I think this is breaking our personal best record for length.
Woohoo.
But it was good though. That
No,
when we
yeah.
brought, and it was awesome that he was able to reconnect and we had him back on. I think it was phenomenal. He does
Definitely.
a great job, and that was. I mean, there's so much stuff that I've learned in just that little bit of time he was on there. That was cool. That was a good job.
He's
Brian.
very well versed too.
Thank you.
He's
Oh,
very
yeah.
well versed.
You got to be.
So that's awesome. So I think what we decided though, did you get my text at all while you were talking?
No, sorry. I was actually trying to pay attention.
Yeah.
Because remember before I wasn't paying attention. I'm asking stupid questions.
Yeah, he's
you know?
like, duh, Brian. I already got over that.
There is such a thing as a stupid question. I'm sorry. And that was a stupid question because I
don't-
asked it.
I wasn't paying attention to you, so I don't remember what dumb question you asked.
I did not get anything from you, Zach.
All right. Well, I propose that we have 3 giveaway items, and only 3 people decided to send us photos
Then
of
they
their
win.
fish.
Then they're winners.
So, biggest fish, you're going to get that high contrast 50-pound scale, and the other 2 of you guys are going to get one of the Real Shot hats.
Oh, good call. Good call.
So, definitely. So that's over now. So
Awesome.
no more. So you guys
Alright,
get
sounds good.
you guys get your stuff, and make sure when you get it in the mail, please send us some pictures on social media. We want to use that stuff not only for promotional, but you get to advertise yourself too. So
Absolutely.
So to recap, the affiliate program is on the website.
affiliate programs on the website, either at the top right of your screen or at the all the way at the bottom. You can access it either way. Please, if you feel like it's necessary for you, apply, because we will look at it today in real time. So
Yep.
Very nice.
We cover SHOT Show Friday again, unless the world freezes over. We're here
It's going to
right.
be like a heat wave on Friday. What are you
I
talking
know,
about?
dude. I'm excited about it.
that is okay. So back to the polar vortex thing, though. That is insane. That it's going to be a how many degree swing between
Yes.
now and Friday? What was it
Right.
like? At
Crazy.
least 60-degree swing. That's not. This doesn't feel like real life anymore. There's a glitch in the matrix.
There's
guys.
a lot of things going on that doesn't feel like real life anymore.
Right.
Just saying.
No, so
Friday's only supposed to be 13.
yeah, where are
Friday
people
13.
getting 40?
No,
Is
but
that
no, this
Saturday?
weekend.
Look at
Saturday's
Saturday's
supposed to be-
36. Sunday's 42.
I'm ice fishing this weekend.
Monday's
Yep.
41.
For
And then she
sure.
gets cold again.
Like how cold is cold? I mean,
Like
nothing can compare to this.
6 above.
Anyways,
My son loves snowmobiling, so I want the snow.
Yeah.
And this is like
Oh,
his
right.
favorite
yeah, but
thing
just
to do.
because it's not snowing
It
the whole
doesn't-
time, it's cold.
Well, I
is it?
understand, but it doesn't snow when it's 40.
It
right?
has snow on the radar.
That's rain, dude.
That is a snowflake for Monday, Brian.
0.1 inches.
Oh God. Anyways,
So somebody needed to tell Matt that snow melts at 32 degrees.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
throw
but
this
it's-
out though. If there's 0.1 inches of snow coming, guess what? People in this area are gonna ride on it.
that's true.
That's true. Very true.
That's
They
true.
see a snowflake, and all of a sudden the trails are beat.
Yeah, right? Very
Yeah.
true. Awesome.
So remember Friday, 10 o'clock here. Matt True, our Easton rep.
I can't wait to hear the story of that elk. I can't
yeah,
wait.
that's gonna be a good one.
Dude,
I'm excited.
he better bring it. As built up as his show's been,
Right.
he's been like, I don't even know what to talk about. I'm like, nobody does on this show. It's just talks. So no, that's gonna be a fun one. 10 o'clock here. One of the big announcements. We already told you. I did thought the Bassmaster Classic was a big announcement too. I didn't know that was so subtle. Of we'll be at the Bassmaster Classic.
Sorry.
I was hoping that was gonna.
Well,
be
I didn't know where you were going.
I
was
know,
Like, what do
I
you
know.
Want? I don't know what
I
you
shoulda-
want.
I
He's
shoulda,
like
like-
winking at me and stuff. I'm like, what do you want?
Yeah. But that's gonna be fun. Like after talking to TJ on the phone, I look forward to meeting this guy personally and just seeing this world that he's been living in for 9 years.
It's awesome. You're gonna love it.
That's crazy.
And you know, Zach coming from the car world, the car racing type world
Right.
that Zach's come from, I think it's gonna be a real natural transition for him. Where you know,
Yeah.
ATA is cool, hunting's cool. It's nothing like this.
Right.
This is awesome.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
I'm excited for it. I'm excited to film it. talk about it.
Mhm.
And actually, you know, I'll feel more comfortable there because unlike archery, I'll actually know what I'm talking
Right.
about, sort of, while we're there.
Right.
So I'm excited for
That's
that.
gonna be awesome.
Sweet.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
Friday, 10 o'clock here with Matt True, and then how are we gonna end this? Like, just like, share, comment, and subscribe. Is that all right?
No, that's just what you wrote.
I know.
Yeah, but again, just like earlier, realistically, please remember to like this video.
Yep.
Share it if you like. And
If you
please
like it.
comment on some things. You know, please give us some feedback, especially in the comments.
well, good or
because-
bad, we're looking for feedback.
absolutely.
Right. No matter what. And here's another thing too is what a lot of people don't understand is the more you comment and the more you like this post, the more other people see it, which will help us be more successful to bring you better content. So please help us out in that aspect.
Yep.
Remember, like, share, follow us on Instagram at TRS Outdoors. Look us up on YouTube, The Real Shot. We're going to be posting way more content to those avenues here, especially as the ice goes away and spring rolls around and the fun actually
It
starts.
doesn't hurt to go outside.
Well,
It hurts to breathe out there, really.
We're good. We've already talked about it. We'll be at Battle on Bago filming that.
Yep.
Whether one day or both days, we're not sure. But you know, once the weather does break, there's more things that we can do as far as instructional videos.
Yep.
You know, all out product videos, that kind of stuff.
When we can do that stuff next year on the ice as well, we're
Yes.
just trying to get caught. I
Yeah.
mean, we're trying to get caught up.
Well,
trying
you
to
and I
get
have been
this
trying to
set
go
up.
outside and film for the last week, and it just hasn't worked
Yep.
for whatever reason. 12 inches of snow, negative 50-degree weather. It just wusses, I guess, is what. Brian was on a dog sled in Alaska. It was negative 100 outside. But yeah, so anyways, no, great job,
Awesome.
everybody. Thanks for everybody that tuned in, and we'll see and talk to everybody on Friday at 10 o'clock.
Sounds good.
All
See
right.
ya.
See y'all next time.